Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me for another multi-dimensional Monday. I've got my friend Cheryl here back with me. We got a good response in our last program, and we're going to go back in and have the Esther group come forward. And Cheryl is going to ask them some questions, and it's going to kind of be based off what we spoke about this past week. And that was mindfulness, quieting the mind, and the importance of that. So, Cheryl, thank you for joining me today.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me back. And thank you for everybody in all the comments last time. It was so cool to see how much you enjoyed that. And we had a lot of fun doing it too. So I'm looking forward to today.
Okay, I'm going to go into channel and we're going to let Cheryl get started.
Excellent. Well, while Esther steps aside, we'll give her a moment.
This vessel steps back and their Esther group comes forward. We would like to thank you for being here today. Thank you for listening to our message and being open to this transmission of frequency.
Are you ready for me to ask the first question, or is there another group that wishes to come through?
No, we feel that it is time for you to go ahead and start asking the questions, please.
Wonderful. So I'm very curious. Esther brought forth a very interesting conversation this past Monday about quietening the mind. And I'd like to know, why is it so important? Because we hear this a lot. Why is it so important to quiet the mind?
There are many layers to this answer. But one of the most important things you can do when you quiet the mind is to allow it to reset itself. When you rest your mind and you relax the muscles in your head, when you relax the blood vessels in your head and just allow them to be, they're able to reset, they're able to heal, they're able to clear out anything and process anything that needs to be processed. And this can be done subconsciously without your awareness, so that when you do decide to start coming back, as if you were waking up in the morning, or even if you decided to practice this at your lunch break, you settle down. That clearing out allows you to actually have clarity with your thoughts. And the more you can do this, we would say the better. There is no right or wrong time or no right or wrong way. But clearing the mind or allowing your mind to rest and go into a quiet state can be challenging. We realize this. And we just want to repeat a little bit of the idea that we spoke about on the last channel about putting all of your worries in a container and setting them outside your room at night and shutting that bedroom door and allowing yourself to rest. And saying, I don't wish to think about any of these things right now until I'm ready to wake up. Because the interference with the sleeping is something we see a lot. And the ability to relax the mind, the body, and the spirit can be affected by your thoughts. So this is the answer we're going to give for now. As far as there's a medical aspect, and then there's a personal, emotional aspect to the mind. And the emotional aspect of relaxing affects everything else. And so we would just like to say that you may feel resistance to even starting a practice like this, of saying, I would like to put all these things in a tote or a bag, zip them up, stick them outside my room, and get to them later, you're going to feel your mind perhaps not quite want to do that, keep wanting to bring in things. This should show you this pattern, this program pattern of repetitious thought that a lot of you have spoken of and we have heard you talk about, where your mind brings up things over and over and it keeps spinning and you don't know why. And so we are just giving you a way to sort of break that pattern of repetitive thought. And this is one of the tools that we feel may help you, especially for those people that are not really interested in doing deep meditations. And there are many of you that, for many different reasons, just aren't comfortable or feel ready to do a meditation. So, this is a way that you can practice quieting the mind without having to do a deep meditation. It's just allowing you to rest. And then in that time period, you can visualize a place where you would rather be in your mind, a vacation spot or a place in nature, wherever that you do feel relaxed. And that's what you replace those thoughts with.
So what you're saying is the mind actually isn't emptied. We're just distracting it with something a lot more peaceful, which makes perfect sense because even the thought of a vacation brings people's emotional state back down. And all of this obviously is having an effect on the body. So how does this relaxing your mind, taking your thoughts, putting in a container outside the window, how does doing that aid the body? How does it affect the body?
When you're allowed to remove those thoughts and take them out of your room, out of your space, and the body knows it, the body's living in your mind, creates your reality, and your body feels it. The hormones are released when you are anxious from your thoughts. This is science, this is the medical part. And your circulatory system constricts when you are in a conscious state of anxiety, or even an unconscious state of anxiety playing in the background. You see, it kind of keeps you on that edge. There's always something going in the background, and maybe when you lay down at night or sit down to have a quiet moment, it comes forward and you feel it. But this affects your body, your circulation, your hormone levels. And this can affect your heart. It can affect when think about it, when your circulation is constricted, it's even hard to think clearly because you're not getting enough oxygen through your body. Your breathing is constricted. So when you are able to do this simple thing of relaxing your mind at night or whenever you can, and just simply being for a little bit in quietness, or thinking about something that does bring you a state of relaxation, you're allowing your body to heal itself. In essence, you're opening up those constricted blood vessels and allowing the breathing to be a little deeper in your body. Your lungs are getting more air. You're able to take in more air. Your oxygen is able to send more to all of your organs, including your brain, and it makes everything work better in your body. So this is a very simple explanation, but it is very true how this works. And this is a huge benefit to you when you can do this one simple thing for yourself.
Wow, very cool. Because we aren't just physical body, we are also etheric and spiritual and all our layers. Obviously, if it's having that kind of an effect on our physical body, what is it doing for our spiritual body?
We love this question, Cheryl, because as you show intention to relax, and to open and relax your mind, you allow a better connection with who you really are. It's not always about your guides or even us coming in to support you. It is also about your natural state of being and your spirit side, your soul. You can get a better idea and feeling of who you truly are inside. It could bring forward joy. And because that is your natural state when you are here, it's just covered over or layered over, as you said, by our personality, by our experiences here. So if you can allow yourself what they are calling these days mindfulness or quieting of the mind, in a way, even listening to quiet music or in nature, in water, in a bath, uh, with natural oils that you enjoy the smell of, um, visualizing just in your bed trying to go to sleep, visualizing those places that you like to be in nature. Um, all these things, they kind of help align your body a bit. And that does allow for who you truly are to come forward. It does allow for communication from your higher self, from your guides, and from us to come through. And you may not get a specific message or wording in your head, but you may get a general feeling of love and peacefulness. And this really, as you're bathed in that higher frequency, could just make it easier for you to navigate your world, to navigate your reality. And so this is why we step forward to offer these very quick explanations and a one tool there. There are many, and we know that you all are capable of figuring out what works for you, but why we would say that it is important to do it.
Thank you. As you're speaking there, you had mentioned music. Is there a specific, and maybe you don't want to go into specifics, I get that. Is there a hertz that is more conducive for allowing us to quiet the mind?
There has been much information given on the frequency of music, and we would say that everyone has a unique vibration. Everyone has a little bit different frequency. And there are certainly mainstream studies that show that some frequencies work better than others. But we would say when you are listening to music, if it is feeling good to you, if it is truly relaxing your body, then it is doing what it is supposed to do. So you listen to what you enjoy listening to. If it's putting you in a state of relaxation, if it's allowing your body, if you feel your body let go a bit when you listen to it, it's the right frequency for you. So you could go in and do some research on that, but we have just found that most people know intuitively by the way the music makes them feel whether it is something that is comfortable for their frequency at that moment or not. And this can change depending on how you feel from day to day. Some music may sound better at certain times than others. And there is much, much good meditative music and soft music out there for you to choose from.
Excellent. Okay, thank you. Many people will do or not do things because instantly they think that there may be a cost associated with it. Dollars and cents wise, taking a class, setting up a room because they think they have to have a meditation space, and the list goes on and on and on. How much does it really cost to quiet the mind?
This is also a very good question for a lot of people right now. And it really doesn't have to cost anything. This is a practice that you can learn just from listening to YouTubes like this, from taking suggestions and trying them. And it's about trial and error. What works for you? Visualization, taking those problems and sticking them outside of your room, shutting the door, and saying, I'll talk to you or I'll look at those problems later, and allow those to sit out there so that you can have a space in your bedroom that you already have, that you go every night when you sleep, and have a quiet space. So it doesn't have to take much. Some of the most simplest ideas are the most profound. They can affect your life in such a good way. Some of the most simplest lifestyles can be the most profound. So things don't have to be complicated to be effective for you to have a good experience here as human. So enjoy your life here as it is, simplify it in the way that you can, and enjoy the quietness that you can bring about for yourself in a way that's comfortable for you. Hopefully, being able to use some of these suggestions that we've given, and know that you're worth it. Love yourself that much to do one simple thing a day for yourself. Allow yourself to go into the quietness and relax and observe and see how it makes you feel. See how doing it for a week makes you feel. Perhaps you would feel more peaceful during the day. Perhaps some of the things that you thought you were worried about don't seem quite as important anymore. You can still look at them and you can still resolve what you can. Some of those things are a repetitive thought pattern and not necessarily anything that you need to take care of right away. So, with this little experiment we're asking you to do in quieting the mind, maybe make some observations on how this works for you and enjoy the process as well.
That was excellent. I wanted to reiterate one thing you said, which it doesn't have to be complicated to be effective.
That is correct, Cheryl. It doesn't. It doesn't. It really doesn't. And there's so many things going on in your world for you in your life, to just enjoy the simple things. To do that, love yourself enough to do that is important at this time. It really is. And so we just offer our support and love for each and every one of you. And anytime you wish to communicate with us just from where you are in your space, we would be glad to communicate with you. We send this transmission of love and energy to you now. And we hope going forward that you feel that each and every day from us. Thank you for being here with us today. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you so much to the Esther Group.
Thank you too, Cheryl. Thank you for being with me here today. And thank you to everyone that is tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this program. Have a good day.